Loud
Good
and
morning po, ma'am.
okay naman ang audio ko.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. Nasa isip ko Tuesday pa lang ngayon. So, doon ako sa section 2. Antay ako ng antay sa link ng section 2. Saka ko na-realize Wednesday na pala. So again, welcome to our formation evaluation class. And this week, tayo po ay online yung schedule natin. So during our online class, tayo po ay nire-require ko na makapag-open ng inyong mga camera as much as possible po para nakikita ko na kayo ay nandyan, may kausap ako. Lalo na sa kaya naman na makapag-open na gaya ng inyong internet connection. So, last meeting na po, I presented the course specification and ibigay ko na rin sa inyo kahit paano yung ating course or the topic outline na po for the whole semester. And as what I've said, na po, this is only the continuation of our reservoir petrophysics. Any idea po ba kung ano yung or what formation evaluation is? Ano ba ito yung possible ng expectation ninyo in terms of formation evaluation? Paano natin ito magagamit as petroleum engineering? Why? Now, this course is included to your curriculum. Ace. Si Ace ang hindi pa nakapag-open ng kanyang camera.
Yes,
Ace, okay.
for me po, ang formation evaluation po ay gumagamit
Wait
po
lang,
siya
Ace.
ng...
Sorry, wait lang. Naayos ko lang ang akin. For a while. Pasuyo nga ulit, salita ikaw.
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan, okay.
For me po ay para po sa akin, ang formation evaluation po ay gumagamit po siya ng data galing sa well logs, core samples, at saka po yung well test para po malaman if yung reservoir po ay viable po.
Okay. Any additional sa sinabi ni Ace? Brazil.
In addition to what Ace have said po, formation evaluation is all about evaluating the formation of the rock for us to identify if it's able to produce enough oil and gas po.
Okay. So this is the assessment of the subsurface. Ano po, using the acquired data from well logging. Ano po? So, kaya ito yung ating ginagamit to come up sa final decision whether, sabi nga natin, kung ang ating resources pa is profitable or pwede natin i-develop. So, using this acquired data, sabi ko nga from different logging, using different logging tools. So, yun po yung ating gagamitin to evaluate if this subsurface is profitable. So, in your reservoir petrophysics, during our reservoir petrophysics, we talk about the different properties of our rocks, na ating different properties of our fluids. So what aspect of petrophysics do you find most applicable to this well logging? Palagay niyo po, based on our previous course. Sinabi nga natin ang ating formation evaluation, this is the assessment of the subsurface using this acquired data from different logging tools na po during our logging process. So what aspect naman po kaya ng petrophysics natin do you find most applicable to this well logging? Aaron. O yan. Sige. Save by the bell ka, Carl.
Siguro po, taking our lessons po from petrophysics last semester, I think yung pinaka-applicable aspect po sa well logging is yung measurement and yung pinaka-interpretations po ng different rock properties natin, such as yung porosity, permeability po, and ano ba, parang yung saturation po ng fluid.
Sabi ko nga yun, tumpak nun ni Mr. Carl. No, especially this properties ng ating reservoir rocks. Ano po ba yung ating mga properties ng ating reservoir rock? Yun po yung ating porosity, babalikan natin, permeability na po. Kasi sabi nga natin, during our reservoir characterization, kinakailangan natin ma-identify which is the reservoir rock, no? Maano natin siya, ma-separate natin yung mga reservoir rock from non-reservoir rock. And para magawa natin yun, we need these properties. Kasi mga properties na binabanggit ko, sila po na po yung unang qualification na tinitingnan natin para masabi natin that our rock is a reservoir rock. Being porous, being permeable. Na po? So, in our petrophysics, no, if we're going to connect this petrophysics to a logging, of course, again, these parameters directly influence, no, katulad ng sa porosity, may direct influence siya sa storage, no, capacity of that reservoir. And because of that, no, this key property measured by several well logging tools, katulad ng ating neutron, ng ating density logging tools, na po, yun ang ating gagamitin to measure those properties. Again and again, these parameters, these reservoir properties, hindi po natin sila ma-measure directly. Na po. So, with this sophisticated tools, kayang-kaya natin yung gawin. So, understanding, of course, these properties, it will help a lot during evaluation, during formation evaluation natin, na po, during evaluating the potential of this formation to hold hydrocarbons. Of course, ang gusto nating malaman after knowing, wala pa po akong PowerPoint kasi this is only an introduction. Na yung ating meron na po akong uploaded sa ating G Classroom, sa Google Classroom po natin, yung ating first PowerPoint na po. Ando na rin naman later on, we will use that one po. So again, understanding these properties, it will help us to evaluate the potential of this formation, na especially na po pagkatapos nating ma-identify kung asan yung ating reservoir rock, susunod dyan is it hydrocarbon bearing ba or hindi, no? So, para malaman natin, no, we need to evaluate that potential of formation to hold, sabi nga natin, no, for this hydrocarbon, which is critical, of course, in making decisions about reservoir viability. Again, ang punot dulo po ng ginagawa natin ito is ma-identify natin specific yung area, yung boundary kung saan ang profitable reserves, recoverable hydrocarbon reserves. So, in our petrophysical concept, which petrophysical concept naman po, no, do you think will be most useful in your formation evaluation? Kung inyong babalikan, no, from those topics natin sa ating reservoir petrophysics, no? Saan po kayang petrophysical concepts palagay ninyo or petrophysical concept no, will be most useful in your formation evaluation? Kanina for well logging, yung inano ni Carl. How about na in terms of formation evaluation? Yung petrophysical concept natin. sa dami-dami nating na-identify na rock properties and formation, fluid properties rather. Po. Lagay ko lang naman. Okay, Maranan.
Try lang po. We can relate the fluid saturation po kung saan po i-determine natin yung ratio ng water to the hydrocarbon po based sa kanyang storage space. Kagaya na lang po ng resistivity wherein higher resistivity is possibility na mas mataas ang hydrocarbon content wherein low resistivity ay mas mataas yung water content. Pati po yung capillary pressure analyzation kung saan po pwede po nating malaman ang distribution ng hydrocarbon depending sa porosity size ng isang reservoir po.
Very well said. Ano po? So, thank you, Carl. So, that is fluid saturation. So, sabihin ba, paano kaya ang fluid saturation? Sabi nga ni Carl, no, it determines the proportion of that hydrocarbon versus sa ating water in that pore space. Kasi binanggit ko na sa inyo kanina, ang bottom line kung bakit tayo nagkakandak ng formation evaluation. Now, for us, to specific identify yung boundary na po ng ating recoverable hydrocarbon. And of course, para tayo ay matulungan na po para ma-identify yun, na kailangan natin yung petrophysical concept about fluid saturation. Kasi siya yung makakatulong sa atin to identify kung ito ba yung reservoir rock natin is a non-hydrocarbon or hydrocarbon-bearing formation. And ang makakapagbigay sa atin ng data is about that fluid saturation. Na katulad nga ng binanggit ni Mr. Maranan kanina. Na po, any idea pa po ba? Any additional? So, in terms of petrophysical properties, no, how do you think this petrophysical properties influence the interpretation of well lags? Kasi binanggit ko during our orientation last week, no, during our orientation, ang isang goal ko dito, my main goal, no, one of my goals here is that for you to be able to interpret these well lags through a quick look, no, a quick look interpretation or analysis. So sa palagay niyo po, ano po kaya, how do you think these petrophysical properties influence the interpretation of these well lags? Kasi ang isang magiging task natin dito is to interpret those well lags. Uulitin ko po, when we say lags, those are acquired data, recorded data, no, using our well lagging tools. Napuputol po ba ako? Nagpa-fluctuate ang internet? Pag let me know. Pag nawawala ako, okay? How do you think these petrophysical properties influence lahat po ng ating mga petrophysical properties? Paano kaya nila na-influence yung ating interpretation ng bawat lags? Katulad halimbawa sa porosity, yun site example. How? Any wild idea? Braille. Si Chelsea. Sige, say by the bell si Braille ni Chelsea. Chelsea is your savior, Braille. Go, Chelsea.
Paano po, ma'am, yung petrophysical property po, na-influence po yung well logging by revealing po yung reservoir capacity and productivity po. For example po, yung porosity po, tinutulungan po niya tayo para malaman yung how much storage po yung available po.
Yes, ano po, tama yun ang sinabi ni Chelsea. Katulad sa ating porosity, po, sa ating permeability and sa ating saturation, lahat ng ito can directly influence the interpretation of our well lags. by providing, of course, insights, information na po into the reservoir's ability, no, sa pag-store and sa transmission ng ating fluids. Of course, porosities in terms of storage, and to transmit that fluids, that is our permeability. No, katulad sa ating porosity, na po from density or using our density and neutron lags, na po, it indicates the amount of space available for that fluids. Hindi pa natin yan, fluids, meaning pwede po yung maging water, gas, oil, na po yung ating fluids. While this permeability, no, not directly measured, but of course through these logs is it interpreted through correlations. Yan. Gagamit po tayo ng correlations between this porosity and resistivity logs natin. So, paggamit ng ating resistivity logs, it will help us to assess how these fluids can easily flow through that porous media natin. And of course, in terms of our fluid saturation, that can be determined also by this resistivity and using this the electric lugs natin. Kaya niyang i-reveal po kung ano man yung types na fluids meron tayo dyan present in that reservoir, kung siya man ay oil, gas, or water. So, all in all po, no, correlations, yan yung parang magiging key ano natin dyan. Together, these properties allow us a detailed understanding all this reservoir quality and production potential. Sabi ko nga, ang gagawin natin sa ating formation evaluation, iisa lang yan para malaman natin kung yan ba yung ating reservoir ay may kakayanan, no, na may makapag-store, transmit, and of course, pag mayroon tayong hydrocarbon, mayroon tayong tinatawag na production potential for that reservoir. Na pa? So, in petrophysics, guys, we learned about this porosity, permeability, ng ating mga binabanggit. Na po? How do you expect these properties to be evaluated using balance? Wild idea, wild guess. No? Paano kaya naman natin gagamitin yung ating mga properties na ito? How do you expect these properties, katulad ng porosity natin, ng permeability, no, to be evaluated using this well lags? I'm trying lang po dito bago tayo proceed sa ating final or formal lecture po sa ating formation evaluation. Tinatry kong i-connect yung ating petrophysics sa ating formation evaluation. Kasi sabi ko nga po, ang ating petrophysics, yun po yung basic foundation para magawa natin yung task natin na ma-interpret yung ating mga well lags. And during interpretation, ang ginagawa na po natin na yan is formation evaluation na assessment of those subsurface natin. Na po? So, kaya dapat ma-connect natin yung dalawa. Maintindihan natin kung ano ba yung connection talaga ng petrophysics na ito. Lahat ng topics na mayroon tayo sa petrophysics, paano yon magagamit sa ating formation evaluation. Na po? Kaya kumbaga, bakit natin kinakailangang balik-balik? Dapat, sabi nga, di ba, ay mag-move forward na hindi po kasi ito ang magiging foundation natin to do this task para magawa natin yung goal natin. Sabi ko nga, magkaroon kayo ng kakayanan, no? Kayang makapag-interpret ng well lags through this quick look analysis method. Ano pa? So please bear with me kung talagang binabalikan natin yung nakaraan. Kasi siya yung magagamit natin sa kasalukuyan. Whatever na, sabi nga natin yung learnings natin, yung knowledge, gagamitin natin dito. No? Lahat ng ating mga properties, no, kasi during your petrophysics, that is the introduction na po about sa mga properties na yung petrophysical concepts na yun na siya natin kinakailangan dito. I-apply po natin in our formation evaluation. Na po? So, here na po, Formation evaluation, as what I've said earlier, this is about assessment of the subsurface. So let's try to look the history. Paano ba nagkaroon ng developments? Bakit tayo nagkaroon ng tinatawag na well logging? No, paano na introduce sa oil and gas yung ating mga well logging tools. Actually, kung familiar na po kayo sa Schlumberger Brothers. Kaya until now, no, pag naririnig niyo yung Schlumberger, one of um, company, oil and gas, no, company na talagang well-known hanggang sa ngayon. So, may kinalaman din po ang Schlumberger Brothers, sina Conrad and Marcel, no, for this development of our well logs. So, any idea? Ano na natin yung ating mga quizzers dito, exempt na natin muna. Let's say lang, let's see, no, sa mga non-quizzers natin, kung may idea ba in terms of development ng ating well logs. Kailan kaya, at least rough estimate, kailan kaya nag-start itong ating development ng ating well logs? Try natin yung history. Sabi ko nga, this is introduced by Conrad and Marcel, the Schlumberger Brothers. In 80s, 90s? Anong century kaya ito na-introduce? Ha? And sa ano ninyo, sa hula ninyo, sa ating mga logs, no, ano yung pinakamatanda na type of logs? Yes lang. Frank. Wala lang. Any wild guess, Frank? When was this, or in terms of developments, early developments of this well logs? Miss Ulamit.
Noong 1927 po, yung electrical resistivity lang po.
Okay. So 1920s, no? To be exact, sinabi ni Miss Ulamit, that was 1927. So, matagal na. Ilang na nakalipas. And this is the electrical resistivity logging tool. And that was used, no, in France, no? Drilled a well, no, sa France, and this method measured the electrical resistance of the track formations. And yung aim niya that time is to identify the oil-bearing formations. Yun talaga yung, kumbaga, yung goal ng ating electrical logging tools. And that was, no, that technique was primarily called as electric logs, no, designed to detect the differences in conductivity between these oil-bearing and water-bearing formations. So from that, 1927, nagkaroon po yan ng evolution, ng expansion of these well logging techniques up to 1940s, and in between 1940s to 1950s, nagkaroon po ng tinatawag nating rise of the petroleum industry. And of course, no, during that development, sumabay po yung ating well logging technology. Nagkaroon ng expansion, include na po dyan yung different types of logs, such as yung ating SP, no, or the spontaneous, no, followed by this gamma ray logging na po, logging tools. And ito po yung aking mga binanggit, yung ating SP and the GR. No, masanay na po tayo when we say SP, that is spontaneous potential, GR, that is gamma ray logging tools. These methods actually aim to evaluate the presence of these hydrocarbons and formation characteristics. And then, sunod-sunod na yan hanggang sa na-develop na yung ating neutron and density logging tool. Ito naman po yung dalawa na nabanggit ko, yung neutron and density logging tool, ang binibigay niya na data or the information is about the porosity and fluid content natin. So, itong ating neutron and density na po, papahapiawan na natin, these technologies help differentiate between oil, gas, and water zones po natin. Na po. So, between 1960s na po to 1970s, nagkaroon na ng tinatawag na integration of that formation evaluation. So ito information evaluation natin became more sophisticated with the advent of lag interpretation techniques natin. So nagkaroon ng combination coming from different data, no? Coming from different logs, andyan yung mga core logs natin, i-correlate natin with these well logs, no, to better understand these reservoir properties such as yung ating porosity po, yung ating permeability, and of course, yung ating fluid saturation. So, late na lang yan na-develop yung sonic logging tool natin. So, ano naman po yung sonic or same as the acoustic? Huwag po tayong malilito, sonic or the acoustic logging tool that was introduced, no, for the purpose, no, to measure the velocity of that sound waves through the track, no, para maibigay na po yung further information about porosity and lithology. So, kaya sabi ko nga sa inyo, in the most suitable logging techniques na gagamitin ninyo, you must not to have this objective first. Ano muna, babalikan ninyo ang inyong objectives. Ano muna yung gusto kong malaman for my assessment? Kasi kung makikita ninyo, merong mga magkakatulad na logging tool na kayang maibigay din yung information na yun. No? Katulad po ng ating sonic logging tool, kaya din niyang maibigay yung porosity. Pero kaya rin yung maibigay ng density and neutron. Diba? So, that's why being familiar na po sa ating mga tools and techniques, mas makakapamili kayo ng maayos, maiiwasan yung pagiging redundant natin, no? Para mapili ninyo kumbaga yung tool na kayang makapagbigay sa inyo ng yung tinatawag nating all-in-one ng gusto niyo or kinakailangan niyo. Na po? So, in a modern era, ito yung 1980s na up to present. Ang tawag po dyan is modern era na tayo niyan. Na po? Sa ating history ng ating well logging. Na po? So, the development, kasi before, wala pa tayong tinatawag na LWD and MWD. Actually, na-develop na lang po yan, no, sa tinatawag nating modern era, 1980s up to present. Nag-exist na po yung ating tinatawag na LWD or the logging while drilling and the MWD or the measurement while drilling technologies. And that is allowed a real-time data acquisition po during drilling operations. Term itself, makikita naman natin na po, lalo na yung ating MWD, that is measurement while drilling. While you are logging, nako po, nami-measure nyo agad, nakikita nyo agad in real time, no? Yung acquisition po ng data natin is in real time. So this represented a significant leap in terms of well logging and formation evaluation, lalo na sa mga operators natin, no? Kayang-kaya makapagbigay, sabi nga natin, mag-come up, no? Operators could make decisions on the fly, kumbaga, kasi real time. Kumbaga, at depth of 15,000 feet, automatic, ikaw na sa surface, kitang-kita mo as operator kung anong meron ang subsurface mo, no, because of these technologies. So, the introduction, katulad ng ating NMR logging, yan po ay nasa modern era na. Kung inyong titingnan yung ating history, na po, introduction of this nuclear magnetic resonance or the NMR logging. Ano naman po ang napoprovide ng ating NMR? These tools provided detailed insights about fluid type, na po, and porosity distribution. Last time sa inyong petrophysics, pinag-usapan natin ng porosity distribution. Napaka-importante po nito. No, leading to improve this formation evaluation, especially during rock and fluid characterization ninyo. Na po. So, advances in computing and software era. Tayo ngayon, di ba? Napaka-ano na tayo using software. Dati kasi, though ngayon, ginagamit pa rin natin yung mano-mano na nag-interpret. Pero ngayon, mas madali na napapadali na kasi during may objective days nasa DOA kami noon. Nakikita namin yan sa geology section, yung mga geologists talagang nakalatag sa mga mesa nila yung mga raw data or raw well logs. Sila po yan yung nag-interpret, no? Talagang sila ang nag-mark sa mga data. Pero sa ngayon, with the help of these softwares, mas madali na. Kung dati ay it takes time para bago natin makita, ngayon iraran mo na lang dyan, ito yung na-measure kung porosity, ganito, and then yan yung pong software ang makakapagbigay na sa ating 3D, no? Mag-visualize, mas mag-visualize na natin kung anong meron tayo sa ating subsurface. So this is advanced technology. So that enabled us, no, to integrate this complex data sets from different types of logs. Andyan yung ating core logs, no, the logs coming from drill cuttings, no, and of course, ito yung galing sa ating mga well logging tools. This has improved, of course, the accuracy of formation models and reservoir predictions using these softwares natin. So kung ating titingnan, no, sa current trends, ano ba yung sa ngayon? Sige nga, yung current trends and innovation sa ating well logging. Maliban sa nabanggit ko, ano yung palagay yung latest na meron tayo ngayon? AI. Integration of AI. Dati nung college days ko pa, ito, ano ko lang, para mas maano ninyo yung, kumbaga, dekada lang kumbaga, dekada lang yung lumipas. Ilang dekada na ba ako mula graduate? 2007. Ano na ngayon? So, bahala na kayo kung ilang dekada. 1 decade or 2 decades na akong graduate. Na po? Ano lang natin yung development. During my college days, actually, na po. Wala pa ito yung sa maintenance kasi ang thesis ko before is about yung mga sakit na nakukuha ng mga divers. Kasi before, nagkakaroon pa tayo ng divers which is nakakapsulated lang po siya na halimbawa titingnan nila, no, sa ating, lalo na pag offshore, of course offshore po ito, no, offshore, para makita, no, yung kung halimbawa may mga leak, no, though may mga sensors na rin before pero hindi pa katulad ngayon. So ganun yung naging trend ng, kumbaga, yung tema ng thesis namin, lahat ng nakukuha na possible na sakit ng mga divers kasi kumbaga hindi pa ganun ka high-tech ang ginagamit. Kung ating i-compare nowadays, no, na ano po yan, eliminated na because of the sensors, using robotics, using this AI integration, no, ganun na yung trend natin. So imagine how much more kung ating i-compare yung modern era from those 1920s na technology natin. Ako nga ilang dekada lang ang lumipas kasi during my college days talaga halos ang ano namin, yung technology hindi ganun 2D pa lang sa inyo ngayon, 2D, napaka na yun, yung development using that 2D na ma-visualize mo yung ating reservoir at subsurface, na yan, sophisticated na yan, no? Pero sa ngayon sa inyo mas lalo na, di ba? No? With the blink of your, isang click lang na yung kamay, kumbaga na nasa console room lang kayo, kayang-kaya yung makita kung ano meron sa subsurface. No, in a real time manner ang pinag-uusapan natin, no? So this modern well logging actually is a blend of physical measurements, no, advanced computing, ito yung mga binabanggit natin, and machine learning techniques, yung mga ML natin, no, to interpret the data. Using the AI, the ML, na pag sinabi natin ML, hindi po yung laro, machine learning techniques. You're talking here, the machine learning techniques, hindi ML na laro, no? So, ito na yung current trends and innovations na meron tayo. And this technologies focused has shifted towards the high resolution logs. From sabi ko nga before 2D, naging 3D, ngayon may 4D formation imaging na natin. Kaya na nating makita. Dati sa amin, may isang group sa amin na ang kanilang thesis is yung interpretation using the cross-plot, yung log-log interpretation. So, wait lang po, may nagbabay na lang break. Sarap pa ng kwentuhan eh. sarap pa ng ating kwentuhan eh. Sip muna kayo ng inyong mga coffee. Tapos na kaya. Isa pa. 2 minutes break po. Tapos na din ata. Okay, tuloy natin ang ating kwentuhan. Ano po? Sarap na sana ng ating kwentuhan eh. Anyway, so, going back po, sa current trends and innovation. Sabi ko nga, ito po yung ating yung meron tayo ngayon actually give us the high resolution logs. Kung inyong titingnan, actually kayo naman ay kahit saan, kaya nyo na ngayon sa ating internet, makikita nyo na agad yung example. Before, yung ang mga ginagamit na logs, makikita nyo kung gaano kalayo ang pinagkaibahan. Sa aking PowerPoint po, makikita ninyo the first, yung mga previous logs, compared sa ngayon. So, yung ngayon, high resolution logs, then the 3D formation imaging, kayang-kaya na yung maibigay sa atin. Yung kumbaga nakikita natin talaga yung boundary ng ating reservoir. Kung yan man ay heterogeneous type of reservoir, kayang-kaya nang maipakita through this sophisticated technologies, advanced technologies natin. Enabling us more detailed subsurface mapping and better reservoir management. Sabi nga natin dati, mas nakakabilib yung mga sinaunang engineers kasi ang meron lang sila kumbaga guts, kumbaga ilang percent ang guts kasi ilan lang yung data na meron silang pagbabasehan, unlike sa atin andyan na halos lahat, di ba? Yung high probabilities na kayang maibigay sa atin because of these technologies. So we have different key players and tools here, sa ating formation evaluation. Pag sinabi ba natin mga key players, yun yung mga companies natin providing these technologies. Sila yung mga provider natin, katulad po ng Schlumberger, Halliburton, ang Baker Hughes natin. They have been identified as the major players in developing these well-logging technologies. Lalo na yung Schlumberger kasi unang-una, the two brothers, Schlumberger brothers, si Conrad and Marcel, tatak na nila yan pag sinabi nating logging tools sa kanila nagmula. And the common tools in modern logging include, andyan yung resistivity, late na lang yan, acoustic or sonic, the NMR, the gamma ray. So, sa lahat ng ito, electrical logging tools ang pinakamatanda sa kanila. Diba? So, this well logging information evaluation, until now, na meron tayong ganitong ka-advanced na technology still remain a crucial in identifying these hydrocarbon zones. Assessing this reservoir quality, during our reservoir characterization, that is the main purpose why we do this reservoir characterization, to determine, of course, the reservoir quality natin. Hindi lang tayo natatapos na malaman natin, reservoir rock yan. How about the quality? Diba? Kayo din pag may sinisipat-sipat kayo, So, same as sa ating reservoir, Sabi ko nga, marami tayong kinakailangang alamin para ma-pinpoint natin na potential, profitable yung ating reservoir. And of course, once siya ay hydrocarbon bearing formation and profitable enough to produce is yung optimization. As an engineers, production engineers, is our responsibility to optimize, no, the production. Optimizing production strategies ang susunod nating kinakailangan. Hindi natatapos lang doon sa ma-identify natin, no? Kasi of course, knowing these properties, knowing this quality of our reservoir, it will give us the insight, no, how no, to optimize yung strategy na nababagay sa kanila. Malalaman na natin ngayon, ganito yung kanyang GOR, no? The gas oil ratio, ito yung suitable sa kanya na production strategy. Nako? Pero of course, ang production strategies na yon ay hindi na scope sa ating formation evaluation. Binabanggit ko lang yon, no? During our formation evaluation process, during analysis ng ating subsurface interpretation, nakakapagbigay po yun sa atin ng information how to optimize the production. Pwede tayong mamili. Ano ba yung strategy na pwede kong gawin dito? Ito ba ay sa mabilisan ko makukuha? Mas magiging profitable ako pag mabilis yung aking pag-recover? Na? Or dapat yung moderate lang. Dapat masustain ko yung pressure ng aking reservoir. Na? So, the well logging and formation evaluation actually are the critical processes in the subsurface exploration. Sabi ko nga during our meeting last time, nasa first stage po na sa exploration stage po ang formation evaluation, particularly sa oil and gas industry. So for understanding the geological characteristics of formations natin, no, encountered during drilling, ito po yung ating well logging. Again, pag sinabi po natin well logging, that is the process. No? It involves the collection of data. No? Ano po yung mga data na yon? That is data from within a borehole, of course, using specialized tools that measure these various properties such as resistivity, porosity, natural radioactivity, ano pa ba? Velocity, the density. So name all those properties na kayang ma-measure ng ating mga specialized tools, no? So these logs, again, when we say logs, these logs provide a continuous record. Tatandaan po natin, yung data po na binibigay sa atin ng ating well logging tools are a continuous data, a continuous record of the geological formation, allowing geoscientists, geologists, engineers, allowing petroleum engineers to interpret the subsurface environment. Kasi hindi natin nakikita. Ang challenge kasi sa atin, hindi natin nakikita kung anong meron tayo sa subsurface. Di ba? Kaya nyo bang masabi kung ano ang itsura? Na hindi, di ba? Kahit sa panaginip, nahirap. So, but nowadays, kayang-kaya natin ma-visualize na using softwares, 3D models, yan tinatawag nating reservoir modeling. No? So through this formation evaluation, guys, no, analysis of this data, no, i-analyze natin lahat ng ating mga data from well logging natin, along with core samples, the core logs natin, and mga sa drill cuttings natin, data coming from drill cuttings, no, to determine the key reservoir properties. Ano po ba yung ating mga key reservoir properties? Lithology, porosity, permeability, fluid saturation. All of this, no, all this information helps identify production zones, di ba? lahat ng binanggit ko, kaya niyang ma-identify asan yung ating productive zones or the production zones natin. What specific depth? The boundary. Yung tinatawag nating reservoir geometry natin. The aerial boundary of those reservoir. And also, it helps us to assess the potential for hydrocarbon or water production. No? At ang pinakamagandang na idudulot ng formation evaluation, it helps, it guide us, no, in terms of decisions on well completion. So, paano pamamaraan? Knowing the lithology, alam natin. The depth, no, sa ating lithology, kaya nating ma-identify ano yung completion type natin. Later on, maintindihan nyo yan kasi we have different well completion. Hindi lang basta ikukumpag. Kasi pag sinabi kasi nating well completion, yan po ang palatandaan at i-develop na natin yung ating area. Na po yung location na yan. Yung well na yan. Kasi well completion. After that well completion, that is production stage na po. No? So, makakapagbigay lahat po ng aking binanggit na key reservoir properties such as lithology, porosity, permeability, and fluid saturation help us to identify these productive zones. Help us and also guide us to decisions on well completion, what type of completion, how many stages of well completion, and the development strategies. Hindi lang basta-basta sa during production. Kinakailangan kasi kung hindi, mabilis mo, no, magde-decline ang iyong pressure. Ang kinakailangan mo kasi dyan, ma-maintain mo yung high pressure or the natural pressure ng iyong reservoir energy mo para sabi ko nga, ma-optimize niyo yung primary recovery. Napaka-importanting stage po yun. No? Kumbaga, ma-maximize mo hanggat kaya, no, na ma-produce mo yung well mo through that primary. Pag sinabi kasi nating primary recovery, that is only using the natural energy of your reservoir. No, yung kanyang pressure, kung anong pressure lang meron siya, temperature na meron siya, or the initial condition of your reservoir. So kung hindi mo yan magamit ng tama, kasi ang ating reservoir, imagine, sabi ko nga lagi, pwede nating halintulad po yan sa balloon, na pag balloon yan, enclosed siya, di ba? Saradong-sarado. Katulad din sa ating mga reservoir, binutas mo yan. Pag butas mo yan, yung pressure niyan, sisirit yan. Pag hindi mo yan magamit ng tama, automatic, mabilis ang pag-decline ng iyong pressure. Magdi-deplete agad ang iyong reservoir. Meron ka pang hydrocarbon dyan, pero hindi ka na makakapag-produce by its natural energy. Na kung na-identify mo ng tama, nagamitan mo ng tama na production strategies, wala pa, hindi ka pagagamit ng mga additional energy dyan. Kayang-kaya pa. Na? So, this information guide us, no, on that development strategies, well completion and production strategies. Together, well logging and formation evaluation actually offer a vital insight into the subsurface conditions and optimizing drilling operations and resource extraction. Pag sinabi nating resource extraction, that is recovery na natin. So dito po, aking ini-emphasize how this formation evaluation, na po paano ito, gaano ito ka-importante sa atin, sa stage natin as petroleum engineers, yung knowledge about this formation evaluation. No? Especially well logging and formation evaluation, no, are of paramount importance to the oil and gas industry. Particularly sa ating mga petroleum engineers. Lalayo pa ba tayo, di ba, sa atin? Bakit? They provide the foundation for informed, take note this term, informed decision-making in exploration, in drilling and production operations. Hindi lang po dito sa exploration nagbibigay na pa, hindi lang tayo niya ginaguide during subsurface analysis. But of course, sa drilling natin, magbibigyan din tayo and sa ating production operation. Sa papanong pamamaraan, no? Sa papanong pamamaraan, ito yung aking mga nabanggit, no? Katulad ng ating sa well logging information evaluation, no? These processes no offer a detailed insights into the subsurface formations katulad ng accurately locate hydrocarbon reserves. Of course, through well logs, di ba? Tayo bilang mga petroleum engineers, kaya nating ma-identify the specific depth, the thickness, and extent of that oil and gas reservoirs. Dapat alam natin yung boundary, napaka-importante po ng boundary. Kasi hindi lahat ng reservoir rock ay meron, no? So kaya napaka-important yung thickness niya, yung extent ng oil and gas reservoirs natin. So again, it accurately locate the hydrocarbon reserves. Yung detailed insights na ito ng ating mga subsurface. So this data helps in selecting the productive zones for further development. Alam mo, sa placement ng well mo, asan ko ilalagay yung aking well? How many wells? Is it 3, 4, 5? Only one production wells? The rest, injection wells na. Injection wells po, magkaiba sa production well. Magkaiba ang purpose ng dalawang yun. Later on, malalaman nyo na rin yan. So, production that is mainly, no, for the purpose during production, dun mo ipoproduce, dun lalabas ang iyong hydrocarbon, ang iyong oil or yung iyong gas. While injection wells, nakaantabay po yun, no, sa iyong during pressure maintenance, pag kinakailangan mo ng injection, water injection, gas injection, kung anong type of injection man ang kinakailangan mo later on, no, to help, no, to produce that residual hydrocarbon, yung remaining hydrocarbon na hindi na produce during your primary recovery. Questions po? Nakakasabay? And giving you the overview po. Now, from na nare-relate natin ang ating petrophysics sa formation, ngayon binibigay ko sa inyo yung overview na ano ba itong formation evaluation? Ano ang halaga nito? Gaano ito kahalaga sa akin bilang isang petroleum engineering student? Later on, magiging young professionals. At least sabi ko nga, hindi natin kayang ibigay lahat ng kinakailangan nyo sa at least the basic knowledge na kinakailangan ninyo. Na pwede nyo nang pagsangasangahin na through your initiatives. Sabi ko nga, sa pagpanood lang ng mga YouTube, marami na ngayong pamamaraan. Unlike before, ng college days ako, pag ako'y magpapa-photocopy, 5 po, 5 pesos. As in, 5 piso ang long, 3 ang short. Kaya dati, uso talagang mag-outline ka. Ngayon sa inyo, wala na, di ba? Kahit ano nga, may e-copy na nga kayo, uso na, wala nang notebooks kayo ngayon, wala na. Hindi na uso ngayon. So ngayon, sa inyong mga bahay, nakaupo lang kayo, pwede kayong matuto na kung gugustuhin ninyo. With the basic knowledge na meron kayo, pwede nyo na yung pagsangasangahin yan. Accurately, another one, sa papanong pamamaraan. This information enabling petroleum engineers to evaluate the reservoir quality. Of course, di ba? By analyzing these key properties such as your porosity, your permeability, your fluid saturation. Diba? This formation evaluation, what? Allow petroleum engineers to assess the storage capacity. Hindi lang po natatapos, alam natin na kaya niyang mag-store ng hydrocarbon o ng fluid ang aking reservoir. Na po, how about the flow potential of your reservoir? That is aiding in determining whether a formation is commercially viable. Hindi lang pwedeng may kakayanan siya mag-store. How about yung flow ng iyong fluid? Kaya niya po ba kayang i-allow, no, yung ng ating reservoir rock, yung ating fluid na maging mobile? Lalo na sa primary recovery, napaka-importante po. Kasi kung siya ay porous but not permeable, or permeable man kasi hindi naman zero. ay meron naman tayong advanced technologies nowadays na pwedeng gamitin to enhance that mobility of our hydrocarbon. Lalo na sa mga iyan na sa mga non-conventional reservoir ina-apply yan. Pero ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito is yung mga reservoir o mga conventional reservoir type. So it helps us to evaluate this reservoir quality. Another one, no, ito po yung well logging information evaluation, no, enable us petroleum engineers to optimize the well placement and completion. Yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, sa paano pamamaraan. Understanding the subsurface characteristics. Pag alam ninyo ang iyong lithology, ano si lithology, the different bed layers, rock layers po na meron tayo in every depth, na helps engineers design the optimal well trajectories. Pag sinabi po natin well trajectories, yan, during drilling, magde-decide ka, ito ba ay directional, horizontal, or vertical type of drilling. That is the trajectory ng inyong well. Are you familiar with that? Naririnig niyo na po ba? Of course, di ba? Nowadays, directional drillers, one of the highest paid po sa industry. Pag ikaw ay isang DD, ang tawag niyan DD. May kaklase po ako na DD. Directional driller siya. Yun na siya ngayon. Nasa Aberdeen. Yeah? So, isa na yan, kumbaga siya ay nagpaka-expert sa directional drilling operation. So, understanding these subsurface characteristics helps engineers design this optimal well trajectories, the completion, sabi ko nga kanina, how stages, no, ng iyong completions. Multiple ba ito? Single? What specific type? And of course, the stimulation techniques, hindi po mahuhuli yung ating stimulation techniques. Are you familiar with this stimulation techniques? Yung EOR po natin or the enhanced oil recovery techniques natin. The tertiary. Di ba? May primary, secondary, and tertiary. Tertiary is equivalent po sa EOR. Secondary, hindi pa po yan EOR. That is only a pressure maintenance. Na hindi pa po tayo doon. So, kinakailangan natin ito, yung ating stimulation techniques. No? Hindi po pwedeng nagpo-produce na tayo, saka tayo mag-iisip na ano kaya ang aking gagamitin. After ng primary recovery ko, hindi po. Yan po ay may tinatawag tayong drilling plan. Kasama na yan dyan. No, hanggang sa ano yung plano mo. Kumaga sa bahay, kumpleto na yan. Meron man na mga pwedeng magbago, kaya sabi nga natin, whatever plan na meron dyan, drilling plan, kasama yung mga well completion, pati sa inyong stimulation techniques, dapat maging flexible siya based on the reservoir condition. So ito po mga stimulation techniques natin, ensuring the efficient extraction while minimizing the risk and the cost. Of course, sa safety pa rin tayo. No, safe operation tayo. At kasama dyan, of course, yung ating environment. As an engineer, we must be responsible, diba? During operation. Hindi yung basta-basta lang na mako-compromise. Lagi dyan. Kaya nga, laging HSE, Health, Safety, and Environment. Hindi pa din yung iwawala yung E, the environment. Napa? Lahat ng inyong plan dapat po ay according sa standards. Nagko-comply sa whatever standards, governing standards na meron po ang bawat operations. Okay pa? Another one, ano po bang naibibigay? How this well logging information evaluation, no? Important to the oil and gas industry. You as a young engineer, a young professional in the near future, make informed drilling decisions. Paano? Sabi ko nga kanina, katulad ng sa MWD and LWD, real-time logging while drilling allows engineers to adjust drilling parameters based on the immediate subsurface feedback, enhancing, of course, the drilling efficiency and safety. Diba? Kumbaga, nagdi-drill ka, kaya mong makapag-adjust kung ano man ang condition na meron ka. because of real time. And because of that, it reduces the risk and uncertainty. Kaya nowadays, sabi ko nga, with the help of this advanced technology, innovations no, sa ating mga using the softwares, bumababa na yung uncertainty. Yung kalaban kasi natin dito is the uncertainty. Though, hindi pa rin nawawala. Of course, meron at meron pa rin uncertainty dyan. Kabilang pa rin. Sa inyong pet echo, hindi ninyo pwedeng walain yan. Kaya may risk pa din tayo, risk assessment, lahat. No? Pero it reduce through this information evaluation with the help of these technologies, advanced technologies, it reduces this uncertainty. Diba? Unlike before, kung i-compare naman natin yung technology natin nowadays. So well logging reduces uncertainties about the subsurface by providing a continuous high-resolution data on rock and fluid properties. Through this data, anong nakukuha natin? It minimizes the risk of drilling dry wells, di ba? Hindi tayo patsambahan lang. Makakita natin agad, pag sinabi po natin dry wells, ay walang hydrocarbon yon. That is only a water bearing. Parang nag-ano ka lang, nag-drill ka lang ng iyong water well, ng balloon mo, no. And through this, it enhances the success rate of exploration efforts. Yun po yung naibibigay sa atin ng formation evaluation. Last but not the least, yung binanggit ko sa inyo kanina, maximize the production and recovery as engineers. Specifically, production engineers, na yun po ang role natin, ma-maximize yung production and recovery through what? Through this formation evaluation helps in planning. So, no, tinutulungan ng ating formation evaluation, tinutulungan mga production engineers to plan no, this enhanced oil recovery or what we call the tertiary recovery, the EOR techniques. We have different techniques. Chemical, di ba? Ano ba mga chemicals? Surfactant flooding. Name all those chemical flooding techniques. The thermal flooding, the thermal. Ano ba yan? Ang thermal, andyan yung in situ combustion, hot water flooding, steam flooding, no? So those are EOR at nagfo-fall na po siya sa tertiary recovery techniques. Yun kung baga pang ultimatum na natin yun para masagad lang natin, hindi naman totally kasi hindi naman masasaid eh. Meron at meron matitira at matitira yan. Parang nag-ano ka pa ng soft drinks na using straw, meron at meron kahit gapatak, meron at meron matitira dyan na hindi mo talaga yung masasaid. Pero through this na techniques, kayang-kaya po natin siya ma-maximize. Up to, sabi nga natin, hanggang sa huling patak na kaya natin siyang ma-produce in a profitable manner. Go for it. Diba? So it helps us to maximize the production recovery, no? Reservoir management strategies by providing detailed information on fluid distribution. Yun yung pakinabang sa ating fluid distribution. Kung yung babalikan yung ating pinag-usapan na fluid distribution during our petrophysics and the reservoir performance. Na po. So nakikita nyo na how this formation evaluation, yung gaano ito ka-importante sa inyo. Kung kayo man ay maging drilling engineer someday, maging reservoir engineer, maging mud lagger, field engineer, maging geoscientist man kayo, kung anumang expertise ang gusto nyong puntahan, babalik at babalikan niyo po. Ano po? So in essence, this well logging and formation evaluation empower no petroleum engineers to make these data-driven decisions na po that maximize the reservoir performance. First, to reduce the operational risk and of course, ensure the cost-effective resource development po natin sa oil and gas natin. Kasi sabi ko nga, punot dulo nito para kumita. Of course, sa legal na pamamaraan, sa tamang pamamaraan. So, baka ngayon nag-iba na ang inyong ngayon, ang inyong gusto sa buhay. Na? So, petrophysics, makikita nyo na. well lagging and this formation evaluation. Actually, ang well lagging yan ay napaloob na yan sa ating formation evaluation. During formation evaluation, no, kasama na ang well lagging natin. These are closely interconnected. Kaya kanina sabi ko, binalikan ko yung ating petrophysics, di ba? Pinahapiwan ko saglit, kinakailangan nating i-connect silang dalawa. Kasi connected talaga naman sila. No? This formation, this petrophysics and formation evaluation are closely interconnected with petrophysics serving as the foundational science na po, that underpins this interpretation and analysis of your well lagging data for formation evaluation. Diba? Lahat ng pinag-usapan natin kung anong properties, these key properties, babalik at babalikan nyo. Yun at yun ang gusto nating makita. Yun ang gusto nating ma-interpret sa ating formation evaluation. Gagamit nga lang tayo, ang kailangan natin, idadagdag natin ngayon na pag-aaralan is ano-ano yung mga techniques na yon. Ano-ano yung mga tools na yon na gagamitin ko para accurate ko na ma-measure yung aking mga key properties na yon na napag-usapan natin during petrophysics. Okay na po tayo doon? Bago tayo next meeting, forward doon ulit sa ating, which is chapter 2. Ito po ay chapter 1 lang. Overview or the introduction about your formation evaluation. So binanggit ko kanina, pag sinabi yung relationship, para mas makita niyo mismo yung relationship ng petrophysics and formation evaluation. Pag sinabi nating petrophysics as science, di ba? Ano bang definition ng petrophysics? Balikan ninyo, study of the physical and chemical properties of our rocks, di ba? And with the interaction with fluids within that pore spaces natin. So through this, understanding these key reservoir properties, directly influence the reservoir behavior and hydrocarbon recovery ng ating reservoir. While sa well lagging natin, kung ating i-connect talaga ang dalawa as the data collection process, tatandaan po natin, well lagging data as the data collection process, it provides the raw data needed for this petrophysical analysis. Bakit raw? Kasi hindi pa po sila interpreted. Tayo ang gagawa nun. With the knowledge gained, magkakaroon tayo ng kakayanan na ma-interpret from that raw data, magkakaroon tayo ng interpreted data na siyang magagamit natin. And that formation evaluation as the interpretation, that is the application of these petrophysical principles to interpret this well-logged data and core samples po natin. Allowing petroleum engineers, geoscientists, to assess this reservoir property natin. So, ang ginagawa natin dito sa formation evaluation natin, ita-translate po natin yung raw data obtained from this well logging into a meaningful insights about this reservoir's capacity to store and produce hydrocarbon. Tatanda natin, not only to store, but of course, to produce hydrocarbon. Kasi pag sinabi lang natin to store that hydrocarbon, as long as porous, enough na yun. No, hindi po doon natatapos. Questions? Questions po. Okay na. Malinaw na. Na-appreciate nyo na ngayon kung bakit kailangan yung pagdaanan itong formation evaluation. Hindi lang para kayo pahirapan o pampadagdag sakit sa ulo ninyo. Sa inyo. Hindi naman ito magiging stress. Magtulungan lang tayo, hindi ito magiging stress sa inyo. So that's all for this chapter 1 as introduction to formation evaluation. Sana lang po ay na-appreciate or ma-appreciate natin the importance of this formation evaluation sa inyo sa ngayon bilang mga petroleum engineering bakit ko naputol sa inyo bilang mga petroleum engineering students, and later on, sabi ko nga, less than 2 years from now, young professionals. Diba? O ba? Pero before that, kinakailangan muna natin kahit paano matutunan itong quick look analysis, itong formation evaluation. Kasi sabi nga natin, yung interpretation natin. Okay? Questions po? Any additional sa ating pinag-usapan? Sorry, kanina naligaw talaga ako. Doon ako nag-aantay. Akala ko Tuesday pa lang, Wednesday na pala. Ang ating mga references po ay uploaded na rin. Please, magbasa. Andiyan na yung PowerPoint. May guide na tayo. Ang topic outline, ipopost ko din. Po. Pero last time naman ay naipresent ko na yun sa inyo. Wala na po pala akong, sad to say, hindi po tayo magpo-provide ng manual, pero uploaded ko na po ang references natin. Kayang-kaya nyo na yan. Diyan lang naman naikot yung ating tactics. And of course, during discussion, makinig lang. We'll try naman, sabi ko nga sa inyo, yung approach man natin ngayon, may iba sa inyong last time na kayo second year. No? Kasi, syempre, iba na yung expectation ko sa inyo sa ngayon. No, as third year students na. So, nasa naman natin ang expectations natin sa inyo. Alam ko naman hindi niyo ako bibiguin. Pero pag may talagang kinakailangan na hindi maintindihan or naintindihan man but medyo malabo pa sa sabaw ng pusit, ay pwede niyo namang sabihin, ma'am, paulit naman po. Huwag mahihiya na lagi, huwag mahihiya. Hanggat kaya kong sagutin, hanggat kaya kong bigay sa inyo yung kinakailangan niyo about that specific topic, ito-try po natin. I'll try my best and then my best. I'll try to share kung ano mang knowledge meron. Kung hindi man, sama-sama nating aaralin. Okay? Sama-sama nating aaralin. Kung hindi ko man maibigay agad during the time na itinanong niyo sa akin. Learning is a process. Questions po? Kung wala na, sure. That's all for our chapter 1. Ganun lang pala kadali ang chapter 1. Yes, Angge.
Ma'am, pwede pong pa-send po pala ng master list po ng FFE.
Oo nga. Sige.
May reference
Sorry.
po. Thank you po.
Okay. I will. Kahit class natin. Forward ko. Tayo naman may groupings na dito, di ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So if you don't have any questions, as of now, sabi ko nga po, pasuyo naman, basa-basa na. Especially next meeting, we will discuss the chapter 2 about reservoir properties. Ando na po yung ating, pero madali lang ito dahil review pa din ito ng in petrophysics. Babalikan lang natin. Sana huwag kayong mauumay. Kasi sabi ko nga ay kinakailangan lang natin balikan para ma-refresh sa inyo na po yung inyong lesson na kinakailangan. Those key properties. Wait lang, aking titingnan dito. Papakita ko lang sa inyo. Lecture present. Class 3.1. So, kahit 3.1. So, 3.103 ang naka-open pero yan po ay yan po. Yan na yan. Yan. Yan po yung next natin. Yan. Na. So, yan ang ating pag-uusapan next meeting. Please. Andiyan na ang ating references po. So, based on this PowerPoint, mag-guide na kayo. Okay? Review of those petrophysical concepts natin. So, mabilis lang ito. Mabilis natin itong matatapos. Refresh lang. Bago tayo pumunta sa ating well logging techniques. Na po. So, nandiyan na po yan sa inyong mga Google Classroom. In terms of your references, ito pong sinasabi ko. Last one. Share. Ito ay meron na din. Ito po yan. Lectures and PowerPoint. Ito, learning materials. Andyan. Sa learning materials nyo po makikita. Yan. Andyan po lahat. So, ba't ayaw mabasa yan? Andyan na po yan lahat ang kinakailangan ninyo. Ang gagawin nyo lang, sisipagan nyo magbasa. Na po. Yan lang. Dalawa po yan. Our main, yan. So, through that PowerPoint, yan, ay magaguide na kayo na kasi hindi ko na nilagay ang lahat sa ating PowerPoint. Sa discussion, makinig na lang din kayo. Kasi nandiyan naman sa ating reference. Okay po ba yun? Okay, thank you so much for today. You may continue to have kung sino pang walang breakfast na. See you next meeting. And be ready sa ating chapter 2. You may leave now.
Thank you po.
ma'am.
Thank you po.
Thank you.